Hey guys, and welcome to my laundry room. I'm gonna try something that's a little crazy right now. I don't even know if it's gonna work, but it's better than what I got right now, I think. So last winter, the boys and I were camping in our hot tent, and I was taking down my NeoAir from Therm-a-Rest, and it floated across the hot tent, and I popped it. It pegged the side of the stove. A really bad patch. It actually got the corner. So bad, right? I've been keeping it together kind of rolled up and keeping it together with these tarp clips, which work in an emergency. Definitely they work. I was actually keeping them with me because the hot tent itself was a tarp. But I worry because if I get out into the woods, or if I'm out, on my bike and I've gone out 30, 40 miles and it's, sub-zero degrees, sub-zero temperatures out there, below zero, I don't want to put myself in danger. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to cut this off. I was looking at the seam. It's a thermal seal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my iron and I'm going to cut this. I'm going to see if I can't reseal it. I contacted Therm-a-Rest, see if there's if I can get a little bit of money off of just a repair or pay for a repair, and they're not going to do it. They're not going to deal with it at all. So I'm going to cut this much of it off. Because literally right now it's a pain. It's an eyesore. I even honestly thought about just cutting that off and make it look weird, kind of missing a little, just cut this off and make it look like it's missing an area. You just seam seal across that. I could try that too. It'll look funny. I don't really care what it looks like as long as it works, right? So, I don't know. I'm still gonna think. I'll either cut it off length, or I'll cut it off in the corner. Probably length. And that way it'll give me a little bit of material to practice with also. So, we'll see. Wish me luck. Okay, so I had to cut again because where I originally cut, right along the line, I cut this piece off down here about my toes. There's a seal like this in between each baffle, and you won't be able to really seal through that. So, got a nice clean area. I'm going to take about a quarter of an inch off of this stuff here, and then I'm going to put something across here to hold it, and then I'm going to start sealing it with my iron. Yep. Alright, so here's a little bit of the material here. I just took the insulation out. The iron is plenty hot. I'm going to give it a shot, and we're going to see what happens here. Okay, so on the edge here where you see the foil and okay, see that material there and this material here, the materials that have to reach. So I'm going to get rid of some of this, but not all of this. I'm going to fold it back so that way I can expose some of it, trim it out of there, and then reseal it. I'm going to post a video link in the description to where I got the idea to do this from. So far it's been the only video I found that actually was helpful in repair to an inflatable air mattress like this. So I gotta give credit where credit's due. Let's get to this, see how it works out. Okay, so I have it back on this tray and I just put a shelf on top of it. I folded the material back out of my way.
Looks like I have to tuck that back in. And I'm just going to heat all the way along this edge. Back and forth, nice and slow. Let's get started. Okay, so I went ahead and I heated this whole thing up. I can definitely tell it did bond, as you can see here. It's not separating at all. But just as a precaution, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to heat it up some more. I melted my old TV tray. Oh well. My laundry room has a built-in deal and it's too loud in there, so this is what I'm doing. So far, so good. Okay, so what I did was I flipped it over just because I want to be extra careful. And I'm using this just to kind of help hold it flat and kind of give me a good area of where I'm going from. So I'm going to start right here in the middle where I can already see where I was at. And I'm just moving slowly along. And I can see it actually sealing it even more. Let's take a look at it. I'm so excited that it worked. Velcro, you're on camera, don't be doing that stuff right now. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I'm so happy. I almost got rid of this sleeping bag because I didn't even think about sealing it thermally. I saw a guy's YouTube video. I mean, I had thought about it before, but I saw somebody's video come up and he used an iron and it's fantastic. Once again, I'm gonna give him credit. I can't remember his name. I just kind of one of those channels that you fly by and you discover, but Now, the reason why this thing means so much to me, besides the fact that it really keeps me warm in the wintertime, was it was a present from my mom. So it means a lot to me when I get gear from family members, especially my mom or my wife or my kids. So, oh, this is awesome. All right. So that's great. That's beyond awesome. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a hole in your Therm-a-Rest NeoAir sleeping pad, I really hope this works out, because I tried getting a hold of Therm-a-Rest. They pretty much said there's nothing they can do. They'll give me, you know, a little bit of money off on my next purchase, and they wouldn't offer repair. Didn't really offer any ideas or anything like that. I couldn't find anything online. I stumbled upon a really old YouTube video that explained what I just did. So it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming along with me. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. For just save yourself some money and give it a shot. If you are an idiot like me and your hot tent and your sleeping pad goes flying across the hot tent and pegs your stove. Take care. Okay, guys, so I'm getting ready to edit this video, and I just remembered I need to do a disclaimer. First, this is a NeoAir. First of all, this is a Therm-a-Rest NeoAir insulated sleeping pad. Okay, I don't suggest doing this if you don't have any issues with your sleeping pad. If you have a hole in your sleeping pad, not on one of the edges like what I did, use the Therm-a-Rest repair kit. It does work really, really well. But I had the entire bottom of mine actually destroyed. I had to use 6 patches just to try to keep the air in, okay? Second of all, scissors, a marker, a flat table, an ironing board. Okay, don't use a TV tray. Not a good idea. Lesson learned. Your iron and something to hold this flat. You need to hold it flat when you cut it, and you need to hold it flat when you're ironing it. The reason why you need to hold it flat when you're cutting it, because the two materials will separate and they can do this. And then you'll have an uneven seal, and you don't want that. Also, make sure that when you are sealing it, that you get the material, the insulation material, out of the way. Okay, really, really important. It will not seal if you have the insulation in the way. Okay, I don't recommend it. Once again, I do not recommend doing something like that if it's just a puncture. Get a kit. So I don't want to be responsible for somebody saying, oh, I cut 6 inches off my sleeping pad and it didn't seal up. This worked in my instance. So if this is your issue and you have a big hole in it and they won't repair it, and you have to fork over another $199, actually I think it's cheaper now. It's probably $150 or $130 anyway, but that's expensive. I don't have that kind of money to keep replacing sleeping pads all the time. I don't think anybody really does. So this is just, be careful, use common sense. I hope that the video helped you out a lot. And you know, I really, really appreciate you guys coming along and just kind of learning as we go, because that's what we do. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.